how to repair your credit 2021. Happy New Year. Our first live stream of the new year. How to remove all the negative, nasty, erroneous items on your credit reports in 2021. Here we are once again on the live. I'm going to put my email address in right now. There we go. So I get to talk, get to answering questions, get to going, get to getting people to the other side. And if I miss a question or two, please feel free to email me. Sometimes in the live chat, it's hard to see, but I've got my email there as well. And I'm here to help you. Also, you can jump on the subscribetribe.com, put that in there as well. You get email notification when I go live. All right. Blackbeard Dave, Happy New Year, Tribe. Good to see you. Blackbeard Dave, Matthew R, what's up? White Lamborghini, yo. Hey, the subscribe tribe's coming in. David E, Happy New Year, Brandon. Happy New Year to you as well, David. Luis, Credit Clean Gain, hello. Good to see you. Shauna J says hello. Kurt, big ups, Brandon. Hey, good to see you, Kurt. All right. Gang made it. We're out here flexing this credit. That's excellent. Devon Jones. Hey, Brandon. Hey, good to see you. All right. Excellent. Very good. So, starting the new year right, 2021. Okay. Getting your credit to the other side. You want to know how to repair your credit for 2021. Okay. So, something going on, right? 2021. We know that annual credit report is still allowing for free credit reports, okay, the bureaus, until April of this year, April 2021. You're still able to get your free credit reports through Equifax, Experian, TransUnion, weekly free credit reports right here at annualcreditreport.com, okay? Also, 2021 is the year, right? Davey is saying, is the year. What else is going on? 2021, okay? This 30 days. Do they have more than 30 days to respond because of what's going on right now in 2021? No. They still have the letters to postmark your response, okay? And they still have 30 calendar days, okay, to postmark your response from when they get the letters, all right? Happy New Year, Mr. Weaver. Happy New Year to you. I appreciate you. When Nikki is interested, you can look at mycreditrepair.com, or we can do the work for you at theawesomelifegroup.com. All right. Nice. So, hard inquiry removal. Someone's interested. So you can dispute the hard inquiries directly with the bureaus at the same time that you're disputing your other negative, nasty, erroneous items. Okay. You just want to put them in different envelopes. You can also send letters to the creditors that put this non-account holding inquiry on your credit reports. Now, typically you want to wait about 90 days. Usually before the 90-day period, they might maintain some documentation potentially, but after 90 days, if there was anything, it tends to be purged. Okay. So they've got to be able to prove permissible purpose. They've got to be able to prove that you initiated such inquiry. And typically that becomes very challenging, like we said, after that 90-day period. So you can send your letters. You can get these negative, nasty, erroneous items. And, I would say start with the charge-off, start with the collection, start with the big ones, the bankruptcies, the repos, those types of things. Hard inquiries can be tough on your score, especially if you got to run a bunch, maybe at a car dealership, maybe shopping for a house, something like this. But oftentimes that is a very small amount of what your negative, nasty, erroneous items really are when you got the charge-offs, the collections, that kind of stuff. Getting that out of the way and then building good credit, putting good credit history on there we've talked about here. And we'll talk about, again, getting good trade lines. We'll talk about how you can get 10, 15,000 in trade lines in your name to help boost your credit score, okay? Wow, bro, by the end of this year, my credit will have improved by 300 points with your help. LOL. So far, it's up 200 points in a year. Can't believe it myself. White Lamborghini, thank you so much. We appreciate you. Sharon, all right, a 200-point boost in, a year and over the last year in 2020. By the end of 2021, looks like it could be up 300 points. That's phenomenal. All right, that's phenomenal. Sent back a medical bill. Okay. Now, Kurtz, if this has, which is possible, medical CPT codes, right? It's got medical codes on there. It's got what it was used for, right? Maybe it was an MRI or an injection. Who knows, right? And they give you this information, and they're not providing a signed HIPAA release showing that they can have this type of information, this type of medical information, medical records. This could be a HIPAA violation. You can send your HIPAA violation letters next. You can send your follow-up collection validation letters as well. And, a bill is not enough. And statement is not enough. Someone could type it up right now. Jerome over here could be typing up a statement right now. Send a statement. It's not enough. I've seen it just working with regular vendors day to day. I'm sure you've seen inaccurate statements that weren't your statements that, no, it's not enough, okay? Arthur says, shout out to Brennan and the team at the Awesome Life Group. All right. Working with us, the credit repair started at the 580s, and now at 753, all three bureaus. Thank you, guys. Arthur says 100. Fantastic. Thank you for sharing that. I appreciate it. That's phenomenal. Thank you for letting the tribe know. All right. That's massive. What do you think about this? Doing your credit repair with the team, Awesome Life Group, LLC. Starting in the 580s, 580s. That's kind of where I was, 590s. That's where I started. Can't really get approved for anything. I know it. I've been there. It's hard to get utilities turned on. Hard to get into an apartment, and unless maybe putting down more of a deposit. Can't get credit cards. Can't get, definitely can't get cashback travel cards. It's tough. It's tough, right? Business credits out the window. But from 580 to 753, now you pretty much can get everything. The cashback cards, the travel cards, the business credit, the get into an apartment, a mortgage, a house, a car, and getting great rates. This is massive. If you're watching this right now and you're thinking about it, do it now. 609creditrepair.com. We've got the ebooks, the letters, the videos, walk you through the whole process, or we can do it for you, like Arthur here at the Awesome Life Group.com. All right. And I'm going to put my email address in here as well. If you want to reach out to me, you have questions, comments, concerns, you can reach me. All right. Sometimes on the live chat, I get to talking, get to going, might miss a question or two. But congratulations to everyone, too, in 2020 who got to the other side, who did what they were going to do and stuck to it. Arthur's one of them. 2021, if you're watching now, credit repair starts now. Okay. Stay with it. Keep up the good work. I'm here for you. You can email me. You can ask the questions on live stream. You can get on thesubscribetribe.com for the dates and times when I go live. All right. Let's see. Javier has a bankruptcy on the credit report. Can I dispute? His bankruptcy is with the 609 dispute. Let's. Yes. Oftentimes what we say is you can dispute this bankruptcy with LexisNexis as well, and the three bureaus. Oftentimes LexisNexis holds these unverified bankruptcies in there, okay, and you can see it. And that's often where the bureaus like to go and try to quote unquote verify. Okay, they're really supposed to be going to the original furnisher of that information, which is the courthouse. But since the courthouses don't want to talk to third parties like credit bureaus, don't have to talk to third parties like credit bureaus, don't want to give out full socials and full address and all that stuff to credit bureaus, they want to go to a third party like LexisNexis. Okay. No response from the collector. Okay. Sent a letter, no response from the collector. Any advice? Yeah. Complaints with the CFPB. All right. They're supposed to be able to respond to you within that 30-day window. Okay. You can send a non-response letter as well. You can push on them. You've got to make sure that they don't kind of quote unquote weasel out of having to send a response, right? So they don't send a response. They think, oh, well, maybe this person won't say anything. Maybe they won't know. Maybe we'll get away with it. No. File your complaints with CFPB. Push back on them. All right. White Lamborghini says CFPB works. Okay. Jerry Westbrook says, how do you know if your credit is frozen? Well, that's a great question, Jerry. Okay. So if you put a freeze on there, you would know. But Jerry's saying, hey, you might have worked with somebody or whatnot, someone else, not sure. You can reach out to the three bureaus. Okay. And what you could do is if you have applied for something and they say, oh, well, we can't see this. What you can ask them, how come? Is it frozen? Is it locked? What's going on? Okay. Scream RGX complaint. It's a complaint is whoever did not respond to you first, right? And then for the reporting. So you can do both. It's not an either or. You can complain about both, right? Do you need to freeze your reports before disputing? Do you need to? Do you have to? Is it a must? So do you need to freeze your credit reports? Okay. Do you have to? Is it a must? No, you don't necessarily have to freeze your credit reports, okay? So if you're talking about the three main credit bureaus, no, you don't necessarily have to do that. I did not necessarily do that in the beginning, right? So when I was repairing my own credit, I didn't necessarily do that. But it's useful to freeze them if you don't want, to apply or anything like that. You're not interested in applying. You don't want anybody looking in your credit. Hey, it's up to you. Okay. Is it necessary to repair your credit? No, you don't have to freeze the main 3 credit bureaus. Now, some smaller bureaus, we do freeze. Okay. SageStream, CoreLogic, ARS, just LexisNexis. Some of these guys, some other ones, MIB. There's all sorts of ones. Okay. So it's possible that you may want to do that. Okay, why? Well, sometimes the smaller bureaus can communicate with the bigger bureaus and help them quote unquote verify. It's this weird little thing, addresses, hard inquiries, collection here, there, stuff like this. And you say, wow, well, sometimes maybe there's an apartment collection that might be stored with a CoreLogic, a SageStream, LexisNexis. Same thing with bankruptcy, same thing with public records or hard inquiries, these types of little offshoots. So it might behoove you, it might be helpful, but is it absolutely necessary? No, you don't necessarily have to do it. Okay. Let's see. Put my email in here again. Okay. Please email me if you have any questions. Okay. How can you dispute a collection without resetting the statute? Okay, so the statutes of limitation do not reset if you dispute something. Typically, only reset if you pay or promise to pay, something like that, right? They do not reset for disputing. If something has changed on there inaccurately, you can complain to the CFPB. You can file your dispute on that as well. Say, hey, you're re-aging this. You're not supposed to. This could be a violation of the Fair Credit Reporting Act, Fair Debt Collection Practices Act. You need to delete this immediately. Okay? That is nonsense. And has that happened to you? Because if it has, you need to follow those steps immediately. Don't let them get away with it. They try and BS you. Okay? Is there another way to remove late payments besides goodwill letters? Yes, you can dispute the late payments directly. With these bureaus, we've got a late payment dispute letter. With the 609 dispute letter, you can put unverified late payments on there, dispute directly with the bureaus. You could even send your goodwill letters. This is something that I've done and partners done and we've done and we've seen, is you can send a goodwill letter, and instead of it being more of a goodwill letter, it can be a bit more of a, hey, you need to show that this was late, you need to prove this, or you need to delete this immediately type of thing, rather than a more kind of, oh, well, can you please adjust this? It's like, no, you need to show proof that this was late. You need to do this immediately, right? So those are variations that we have for you and available to you. And especially if we're doing it for you, we've got different, this is why we customize things for each client. Okay. And if you're a customer of 609 credit repair, you got the email support, right? So we help you get to the other side. We help you figure out the tactics that you need in your specific situations. Okay. I'm gonna put my email in here again, because you might have questions, right? You might have follow-up questions. You might get off of this live stream and be like, oh, this work, this is going good. I need to do this and that. And can you help me here? Boom, email me. Okay. Trice H. I'm trying to get all 3 credit reports side by side. All right. So you can get a credit monitoring service, right? Like on my FICO, you can get all your credit reports. You're trying to look at them side by side. I see what you're saying. There's other reports that'll sometimes do it. Identity IQ, Privacy Guard. You know, there's other reports that you can look at everything side by side. But you don't necessarily have to. I suppose if you want to see, what's reporting and what's inaccurate and how they're being reported, typically you can get those reports sent to you, right? So instead of you having to print them yourself, you're saying, oh, maybe I don't want to print them myself. It's because of all the paper. Annual credit report. You could actually have the stuff mailed to you if you'd prefer. Okay, so you don't necessarily have to get things online. So those are options for you. All right, sorry, let's go back through, make sure I get all these questions. Make sure I get all these questions. Okay. All right, my favorite YouTube channel, the incomparable credit repairman himself. Thank you very much, Dr. Weld. I appreciate you very much. Businessman, thank you very much for the super chat. He's got a 787 FICO. Thanks, Brandon. He says 787 FICO. Thanks, Brandon. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Good to see you back in the tribe. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate it. All right. Ron, what's the next steps? All right. So for you, Ron, what I'm looking at is you want to make sure, because you sent letters to the bureau, it looks like you want to make sure you're sending your letters also to the collectors. Yeah. So you got collection validation letters as well. And here's the thing, if they weren't able to verify, you can send your collector fails to validate letter to the bureaus. Okay. They're not able to verify either. You can file complaints to the CFPB. You got this. All right. You got this. And if you need help as well, you can email me. Dwayne Chapa up 110 points since August. Thanks to Brandon. Appreciate it. That's excellent. 110 points since August. So, wow, that's fantastic. Probably from a position, I'm guessing, Dwayne, I don't know where you started, but I'm guessing in a position where you probably couldn't get too much approved for, and now you're getting approved for things, right? Very good. This is interesting. Okay, hey Brandon, what do I do about a house that I'm no longer responsible for, but it's great reporting on my credit, but impacting my debt to income ratio? Okay, so it's helping DJ Roberts Wheeler. Okay, so you've got a home. You're not you're no longer responsible for paying it, or I'm not sure how if you're on the deed, but somebody else is paying it, perhaps, right? It's looking great on your credit and boosting your credit, but it's affecting your debt to income ratio. Well, is it causing you from stopping from getting anything that you want? And if it's helping your credit, right, you got to look at what else is on your credit reports. Yeah. So if you got, I'm no longer on the house anymore. Okay. Is it still reporting every month then? Or is it going to stop reporting? And if that's the case, when will it stop reporting, right? And will then that affect your debt to income ratio? Because that's a little bit different on the more of a income ratio issue. Doesn't really factor into your credit, right? So they have your amounts, your credit mix, your on-time payment history, your okay. So now you have an older loan on there, right? It's totally in your wife's name. You got an older loan on there, right? It's got all this history. Have you been denied for anything, DJ? Have you been denied anything because of your debt to income ratio? And when did it stop not being in your name? Javier, how long does it take for LexisNexis to freeze my profile? Okay. This is a good question. Okay. This is a great question. Usually after sending the letters a couple of weeks. So once they get it, they do it right away. But it usually takes a couple of weeks for them to freeze. Okay. And that's good to know, right? So if you need to freeze something, about a couple of weeks later, you can send your letters. DJ, if it's helping your credit score, right? Like you're saying, you got this house that's helping your credit score, then by disputing that, it might hurt your credit score. And you got to look at what is available to you as far as other good positive history. If you've got other good positive history and it won't be a big factor, then maybe you want to go ahead and dispute that, get it off of there, and help. What's going to happen is after it stops reporting, it'll come down and it won't have an outstanding loan amount on there anymore, right? So it just depends on what you need for your situation, DJ, because it says, no, you're not getting denied for anything, right? DJ Robert Wheeler, you're saying, no, you're not getting denied for anything. So your credit history is helping your credit. You're saying it's helping your credit. So you might just want to leave that where it is, okay? And it just stopped this month. So it might take a minute for it to catch up, okay? All right. Sandra, happened to this person as well. Sent collection verification, validation, letters. All right. Dispute these collection agencies, these accounts. And all they did was send a copy of a bill. What's the next step? So that's not enough. We've talked about that. That's not enough. They've got to be able to substantiate it more. Anybody can type up a bill or a statement or whatnot and send it to you and say, oh, you owe. That's not enough to prove that this is yours and that you have a contract with them and that you have to, pay them and all that stuff. So you can send your next round of collection validation letters to them. You can send your collector fails to validate letter to the bureaus along with your 609 dispute letter, and you can file a complaint with the CFPB. All right. We teach you how to do all of this stuff. 609creditrepair.com, or we can do the work for you at theawesomelifegroup.com. All right. Please give the video a thumbs up, the live stream a thumbs up. If you're watching now on the replay or now, please give it a thumbs up. I appreciate it. Okay. All right. Let's see. All right, Blackbeard Dave had $32,000 in student loans removed. Congratulations, Blackbeard Dave. Again, it's always good to hear that. I've talked about Blackbeard Dave being able to do that. And he's come back to the tribe consistently over the months and told people over this past year. So I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Tamez, sorry if I pronounced that wrong. Yo, so glad I caught you after 3 rounds. I'm at 720, 707, and 697. Thank you. I was about to give up, but you didn't. You stuck with it. And in about 3 rounds or 90 days, your credit score went up. 720, 707, 767, 720, 707, 697. Fantastic. Okay. Everybody's, timing is different. Everybody's credit is different. Everybody's score is different. Maybe it'll take you a little bit less, a little bit more, a little bit right there, right in that range. Who knows, right? It's depends on what's going on with you and your credit and your situation. So it just depends. Okay. Put my email address in here one more time. Okay. Letter today. Congratulations. Excellent. Thank you, Brandon. I've been following you for a while now, since last year. All right. My score has gone from 468 to about 600. Thank you. From 468 to 600 is fantastic. Again, you can do this. 609creditrepair.com. We can do the work for you at theawesomelifegroup.com. All right. Please give us a thumbs up. I really appreciate you. 2021. New year, new you, new credit. All right. It starts now. Thank you so much for letting me be here on a Saturday. It's so great to be of service and to be here with the tribe. I love you all so very, very much. And until I see you in person, I will see you on the other side. Take care.